everybody. Hi, I am Patty Jones, and I am here with my Park Bench platform, and I am interviewing Kara Lancaster. She is the owner of Angelique's Bridal Boutique.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So here we are today. So we're going to talk. We're going to find out what it took to get here and why she's here. So
Perfect.
can you tell me about you though? Where are you from?
Yeah. So I am originally from Cambridge. So up in the north. I'm a northern burbs girl, have been my whole life. I have 5 children, husband, 3 dogs, a cat. We have a farm. We live in Ham Lake right now, right on the border of Ham Lake and Blaine. So we kind of like this area. We used to live in Blaine and picked a mile to move away.
Yeah.
Just to get a little more land for the kids, you know,
Sure.
and still the community is so great. And our neighbors, we have like an acre of land, but it still feels like a neighborhood.
Sure.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love it. So I also am an HR by trade. So I've been doing that for 19 years. My oldest just graduated high school in Blaine this year. So I've got quite the range. My kids are 18 to 6.
Wow. Yeah.
So quite the range.
Yeah.
So I love HR, benefits and compensation. And then I used to, when I was younger, actually model for designers for dresses. So I did runway for bridal and formal, which is kind of what always got my love of, I want to say fashion, but I'm a
Yeah.
very like low key, laid back person. I'm not like big fashiony.
Right.
I know this says different, but so that's kind of what my love for like, you know, fashion kind of came from that. I loved it.
Yeah.
So
What is that? Yeah. So when did you open Angelique's?
well, Angelique's has been around since the 70s, actually, here in Blaine. And I bought it last spring, right after prom. It was totally a God thing. Like, I had no idea what I was going to do. COVID, everybody was going through like a midlife crisis, like in COVID, right? And so I just was like, I just felt unfulfilled in my life. What I do for my career, I don't get a lot of people interaction.
Mhm.
And I feel like I need people interaction because I'm like a pretty positive person. And I feel like I'm supposed to like spread love. Like that's my goal.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of came out of nowhere. I went to a shop. I went to the shop with the old owner, with a friend of mine who was trying on a dress for her wedding. And I was like, I saw the for sale sign out front. And it wasn't the shop. It was the building. She was just going to move the shop. I left my number for her that day. She called me back that night and was like, well, I wasn't going to sell it, but okay. So I bought it.
Oh my goodness.
I had no idea what I was doing.
Wow.
It was a totally leap of faith. No idea what I was doing, where I was going to go, but I just knew it was all going to work out. So I bought it in April. Did not know where I was going to put it. All the dresses were in my house. My husband hated it. And this place opened up at the end of July. And so it was an old church. And so it kind of just came full circle
Wow.
and was like ready to move in, perfect location. It's amazing.
It is
how it all has
amazing.
come together. And
It is amazing.
we didn't open up till like, you know, November unofficially because we had
Sure.
to do some work. But
Absolutely.
we had a great prom season. It was so fun with all the girls coming in the doors. It was amazing.
That is great. Yeah, they have prom dresses too. They have mother-in-law,
Yeah.
mom dresses,
Pageant
pageant dresses,
tuxedos. We kind of do it all.
Oh, but the wedding dresses are just absolutely beautiful. I'm in awe of all the, oh, it's just so pretty.
It does make it really easy to come into work.
Yeah.
Because it's like my happy place. It truly is. I was gone for a couple of weeks and I felt like something missing in my soul. And then I came back and it just like fills me up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm glad you're here in Blaine. What do you love most about Blaine and being a small business in Blaine?
I love Blaine because of the diversity. So I grew up in Cambridge. We don't have a lot of diversity in Cambridge. I just love that about the city, how it's growing, it's booming. I feel like it's a teenager trying to find itself almost with all of kind of like the new stuff that we're getting. And also for like far enough away from the cities, but close enough to just like jump down there really quick. And also really easy accessibility to like the north. We get a lot of customers from the north. So you have like 65, you have 35. We're not far from, you know, any of that. We get a lot of people from North Dakota, from Duluth, you know, from definitely like the Mora, Malacca, you know, that kind of area.
Yeah.
So it's easy, it's accessible,
Yeah.
but you're not like in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So at any given time, how many wedding dresses do you have in here for sale?
Oh, goodness. That is a great question. I mean, hundreds would be like the easy answer. There's more in the back. Well, and as you saw, we always have new stuff coming in. So there's like tons of boxes by the front desk right now. I mean, Right now we have over 300 dresses. And the one thing that I pride, so our motto is an inclusive store with exclusive brands, right? So we welcome everybody, love everybody. And that it goes as far as sizes too. We're very size inclusive from zeros all the way up to 32. Because I had a horrible experience when I bought my wedding dress, and I don't want anybody to feel like that
No.
ever again. And so it's something that we pride ourselves on, and we're working on definitely increasing all of that inventory. It's always in our mind.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to come in here, feel safe, feel happy, feel loved, and feel special when they walk away. That is my goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So
That's wonderful. And I can see, I feel the present, feel it here. It's good. It's a
Yeah.
good space.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think? Like you're, going down the road, do you think you'll expand? Do you think, I know you haven't been in this very long,
yeah.
but
I have dreams already, though. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't, like, who are you if you don't have dreams and
Right.
aspirations for the future, right? So we only use half the space right now. It's
Mhm.
crazy to think how big this is. It's only half the space. There's a whole back section, and I want to put all of prom back there in the future and have a completely different
Sure.
theme. So we want like a grunge theme for the kids, like something young and hip and kind of like cool. We're also doing trunk shows. So we've got a runway. These racks, I made the shop how it is because the racks are movable.
Mhm.
So we can move them to the sides and have a runway down the middle, chairs. So it's like when I go to market,
Yes.
people get the same experience here because it's such a fun time.
Yes.
So that is something that we want to do in the future. Ideally, I'd love to open another shop, a sister shop. So that's something that's on my radar as well. But there's so many things that you could do.
Yeah.
But you got to focus on one thing at a time, right? Like you have to be successful.
I know.
And then you can like expand it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, there's a lot of different, we're looking at moving trailers. Like, it's not just about bridal gowns here. It's about like small businesses, right? And empowering female entrepreneurs is something that I like to partner with and really help develop that, which is why we're involved with ambassadors, like the ambassador programs, right? Or the pageants, because I feel like that is so important, especially for young ladies right now,
Mhm.
to start them when they're young, to build their confidence, their public speaking, and help them develop who they are and who they want to be when they're young so that they can be successful business owners themselves.
Yes.
So that's like my goal. I want to, whatever it takes.
Yeah. That is really wonderful.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's like you have a mission and you're on a track.
I want to change the world. That's my
Change
goal.
the world. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
One person at a time.
Yeah.
I know it sounds so cliche,
No,
but really, I feel like it's possible.
it really is. It really is. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But that's again where you take the one step at a time, one day at a time,
Yep.
one person at a time.
And then it's that whole like tidal wave effect. You do it to one person and it just spreads and spreads and spreads. And the world just needs so much more joy.
Yes.
I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. That's why we're here. So
awesome. That's really great. My brain just went crazy. Luckily, we'll edit this. What was in my head? Oh, Patty J.
sometimes I talk too much.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Talking is good. What was I going to ask? My brain just went totally blank. That is not good.
Entrepreneur, women.
Yeah.
I don't know. No. Anything about what I was talking about?
Oh yeah, but I'm like my brain. I just really honestly, it's like, wow, I really am. And it's like I'm in a fairy tale here.
I love
It's just beautiful.
My daughters love it too.
Oh, I bet
They come in. So they
do.
like my 6-year-old models
Yeah.
for me and for one of our designers. And
Yeah.
so she's in her first pageant this year herself.
Wow.
So she loves it. She's super excited.
That is exciting. So you have a designer as well.
Well, so the one thing that we do and we do well is I don't have a ton of designers. I pick the top designers and we keep them here
Okay.
and we get to know them. We have a good relationship with the designers. We meet them twice a year, and there's like more of a personal relationship with the designers and especially with like they have sales reps, right? Like
Yes.
regional. And that makes a big impact in who I decide to do business with because I want to do business with people who are like-minded.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we have good relationships with our vendors. They're
That's
awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah.
What has surprised you about owning your own business? Has there been anything that's been like, oh my gosh, I never knew I'd be doing this every day? Or
The thing that has surprised me is that honestly, we have not gotten a lot of bad customers in here. Like that's the one thing that I was worried about because being an HR by trade, having those difficult conversations, or I always joke about I was a peer mediator in middle school and high school. at middle school is when it started. And I always talk about Anchor Mountain. And I'm like, I can talk anybody down. It's going to come in handy. And like, whatever, I can do it. I have only had to do that like 1 or 2 times. And one time I was truly scared because as a business owner, one bad review can just like ruin you, especially a small business. And so there was one time we were still new, staff made a simple mistake and I had to fix it, which is fine. When there's a mistake, you own it, right? Like that's the biggest thing is customers want transparency, vulnerability, and honesty, right? Like that's what they want. And so I talked to this lady and she, tried to pull some cards that people try to pull a lot these days that were not true. It's not how we operate. It's not how any of my staff is. And I was really worried about meeting her because I saw that she did a lot of Google reviews, whatever. So like I prayed about it before I met her because I was like, this is exactly why I'm in this business. This is what I want to do. I want to, these are people that I want to interact with.
Right.
It was the best interaction ever. And I left feeling fulfilled. I got a hug at the end. Like I just felt so, it was overwhelming but powerful at the same time and just helped reiterate that this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
So the biggest surprising thing for me is that, right? The other thing is sometimes you wouldn't believe what some of the moms I hear, like during girls trying on like their prom dresses or bridal. And I'm just so not about the body shaming. And they don't realize they're doing it. It's like anybody has like this, like nobody is like intentionally being like, oh, you're so fat in that dress. Right. They don't say those words, but you see it. And I feel it with the girls that are trying on their dress. And so a lot of times I will go back and be like, have a moment with them. And so one of the things we are here is completely honest. I tell everybody that when they walk in, I'll tell you to look good in everything, or I'll be completely honest. Because not only is it a reflection of you, but it's a reflection of me and the business. So I want you to look great and feel great. Because when you feel great, your confidence is going to shine through and you're going to look even more stunning, right? So like I'll go back and have some conversations with the girls and be like, we're here for you. Like the bride girls, the pageant girls, whatever, prom girls, we're here for you. And you tell us what we want. You look great. You look stunning. And like try to help with that body image, like the body shaming at such a young age. Cause I went through that, it was different back when I was growing up. And I don't want these girls to feel that way. Cause parents need to realize that what they say about themselves too. And I, as a mother of 3, need to realize this. When I talk badly about myself, my girls are hearing it.
Exactly.
They're growing up with it.
Right.
And it's awful.
It is. And it just keeps going.
Yeah.
And they'll end up in the same pattern.
Exactly.
So, it's really, you got to be really careful.
And you don't realize it till you're an adult and a parent yourself. And
you
then
grow up.
Yeah. It's too late. So that's one thing that we try to do here too, right? Like this is a safe place. Like it's a safe haven for everybody. And that's all I want.
It's really nice.
If you need to come in and talk to somebody, I'll listen. That's fine.
Yeah. That is really nice. So if anybody that's thinking about getting married or looking for a wedding dress, you really should come here. You really should. So what are, I know you have your hours on your website and you'll have all that attached, the website and the address and how to get here and all that good stuff. What are your hours?
So during like the non-busy season, we are appointment only Monday through Friday, just because it's really hard to staff, accordingly. And it gets slow. Minnesota, we get like 2 nice days out of the year. Right. So it gets really hard to staff. So we're appointment only Monday through Friday. Generally appointments run from like 10 to 6, but if something needs to be made outside of those hours, the nice thing about being small is we're super nimble. Like we can be flexible around hours. And I live so close.
Yes.
If you need an 8 p.m. appointment, we'll make it work, you know? So Monday through Friday, appointment only, and then Saturday and Sunday we're open and you can walk in. We always recommend appointments, just to make sure that we are available for you if you need assistance. But Saturdays are open from noon to 6 and Sundays 1 to 5.
Wow.
And then during prom, it's going to sound crazy, but prom season runs from January to like middle of April when they're finishing up prom, end of April.
Yeah.
It's really long.
Yes.
We're open without appointments during the week to like, that's when we're just like open.
Yes.
So it's crazy. Prom. I mean, if you have never been to prom before, you want to start in January. Girls come in. I had calls in December.
Wow.
Looking for dresses.
Yeah.
We get like new stuff throughout prom season so that, girls that forget first year prom, they don't know. They come in end of March or April and think it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have some fresh stuff that hasn't been on the racks and tried on a bunch of stuff, right? So we try to stagger it, but all the good stuff comes in right away.
I bet.
And it's gone right away.
Yeah. Walks out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go to market, let's see, the first week in August.
Okay.
And that's when I pick up all of the prom dresses for next year.
Nice. And what market do you go to?
Atlanta is my favorite. So Atlanta prom market is huge.
Mhm.
And we're a part of Top 10 Prom, which is like this exclusive group across the country. It's like under 100 stores across the country. And we all help each other. It's a nice program for like building business. And the designers that we have select designers in the Top 10 program with us that make exclusive designs for our stores. So you can't get it at another store. You can't get it online on the designer's website. It's only for the exclusive stores.
Wow.
And there's only 2 in Minnesota.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. So it's really fun to be a part of that.
Yes.
It's a good business building, like networking. It's great for
Absolutely.
networking. The things they do in the South, completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you see the dresses that we buy
Yeah.
for bridal and for prom, those Southern girls, they're out there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and East Coast, it's different. Midwest, totally different.
Right.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It's really fun to get
It
into that
is
kind of
fun.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Oh my god.
so those are our hours, but we're like super flexible. You know, we have the email, this like you can email us at the staff at angelique'sbridal.com and we're responding to that all the time. We've got the phone, we have social media, which one of my staff is amazing. Social media, she is so great.
Oh.
Like the reels, the stories.
Yeah.
So we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Snapchat.
Nice.
You gotta be everywhere.
You got to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Brianna is the one that works with me and she's really put a lot of work into that and she loves
That's
it.
great.
So
That's great.
yeah,
I could use some
she's
help.
younger. I know. I was like, she's young and hip. So she's like totally knows what to
Yeah, they're so
do.
good.
She gives me crap when I post my stuff sometimes because she'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Don't
old.
post
You're too
that.
old.
Yeah, I know.
I love you, Brianna.
We love you. Yes, I know. I get the same thing, but
Yeah.
it is.
But you need
it's
to. That's how
different.
it
You
gets
have
out
to.
there.
You have to. But that's great that you've got people that you're working with too that are younger, the newer generation, and they're
Yes.
coming in with new ideas and
And she's the one that actually introduced me to the previous owner. So Brianna is a friend of mine, and she kind of got this whole thing started when I was talking about midlife crisis. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then this kind of, she's like, well, I know somebody. So that's how it started. And now she's working for me. She's getting married in September. I'm officiating her wedding because also I officiate weddings because why not?
Cool.
So I'm officiating her wedding and it's going to be so awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
I love
really
it.
great. Well, you've talked a lot about encouraging women
Yeah.
and, the body shaming. And, we got to stop doing that. We got to learn to love ourselves.
Yeah.
A young person saying they wanted to be an entrepreneur and go into a business like yours,
Yeah.
what kind of advice would you give them?
I mean, confidence is the biggest thing, right? Like you have to be confident in yourself and in your skin and what you want to do and just go with it. Trust and faith is another big part of it. Nobody knows what they're doing, but if you don't take that leap of faith, you're never going to succeed.
Right.
Like that's another big part. Networking is one of the most important things I can talk to young kids about. I have like a large network in my professional career and it has gotten me so many places. And without networking, you can't be successful.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, I think that those are like the 3 main pieces, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just really the faith and the vulnerability. It's hard at a young age, but if you could do it, I mean, you could start early
Yeah.
and just be successful.
Yeah. Blow up.
And do what you love. Like my thing is do what you love.
Yes.
Stop working for the man and work for yourself.
Yes.
If you don't love what you do every day and you're not coming into work and you're passionate and excited about it, you're doing the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that life's too short
It is.
to do that.
Absolutely.
So just trust your gut.
Yeah.
And have fun.
Yeah. Well, that is great advice.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. So again, you've got to come here. You've got to shop at Angelique's. It's beautiful. Check it out. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you being willing to have an interview and be here in your beautiful location, and look forward to hearing more about your business.
Thank you for coming. This was great. You're a ray of sunshine yourself.
Thanks.